First off, it's Charles J. That just in case you ain't heard of me, they told me it was too late. But I promise that I'll be the first to speak. Most of these rappers, they fake. But you can't have your way, this ain't Burkhead. Everybody say they won't be till they see smoke, then they realize they'd rather have turkey meat.
What it do? It's 903 Boxing. I'm your host, Charles J. Say, man, shout out to my audience. Shout out to those that's rocking with me, man. We back in the kitchen, and there's a whole lot of goddamn sauce in this pot, man. Let's get to the shit. So, what's next for Frank the Ghost Martin? What's next for him, man? Not a lot to talk about him. Man, it be so many videos. It's so much shit that I have. Like, I damn near did a video about Shakur. I damn near did it's a lot of shit, but I had to touch on Frank Martin, man. I just want to give some of my thoughts on him. Say what I think about him, say who I think he should fight next, and stuff like that. Also, I want to talk about Shakur. He got a fight up that's coming up this month, I believe. Yeah, he's fighting I want to say the guys from Japan. Yeah. And he's the guy that beat, what's that damn boy name? I'm not the best at remembering some of these fighters because they not that good. What's that motherfucker name? That tall goddamn boy that gave T.O. trouble. Why can't I think of his name? But anyway, he beat him. Let me see. I can't remember his fucking name. Let me quit even thinking about it. But anyway, that's who Shakur fight. But anyway, I do like the promotion. I like the little episodes they doing for Shakur. I like it. Yeah, I like what you're doing with Shakur, Bob. Yeah, you building them pretty good. I give you that. Like I said, I think you gonna do better by Shakur than you did by Bud. That's what I think. But also, I wanna talk about this. Shakur said some shit. Yeah, it kind of made me scratch my head a little bit. Kind of made me ponder. You know, who was that? Fight Hype. What's that boy? Yeah. Anyway, he asked Shakur. He said, yeah, the winner of Devin Loma and the winner of Ryan Tank, you know, I'm pretty sure that's what you want next. He said, yeah. And it's just some shit. So Shakur was like, yeah, the winner of Devin Loma, yeah, I would like that fight. But the winner of Tank Ryan, they're going to be the face of boxing. And they're already both huge stars right now. So business-wise, but he said because I'm becoming more of a businessman. Business-wise, I would want that fight. And this and that, and this and that. And I just want to get out there, and I want to make this very clear. And it's not just Shakur. I'm just noticing all fighters feel this way. And I just want to stop the separation. You can't separate, you're trying to separate Undisputed and Star Power and this and that. Well, really, I'm going to be honest, it's not many divisions where there's a star. At 154, Jermell Charlo is the star of the show, but he don't get treated like a star. But he's the star of the show. Motherfuckers really watch Jermell Charlo fight. I'm going to keep it 100. Jermell Charlo should be fighting on pay-per-view every fight. Because motherfuckers really tune in. It's just that people don't get behind them like that, bro. People quiet. You know, it's kind of, you know, sometimes it reminds me of my channel and my music. I had a lot of motherfuckers that quietly supported me. Yeah, a lot. Man, there's people that came to me years later and told me, bro, that song Never and Fed Up and telling me about songs that's 5 years old. And, bro, I didn't even know you was jamming my shit. So sometimes we need to just, just like we quietly support, we need to be a little louder with our support. A lot of you motherfuckers know Frank Martin is the shit, but we not supporting him. And, you know, and I thought Spence fans would, because even though I fuck with Spence heavy, I'm not a Spence fan. I'm not a nobody fan. I'm a boxing fan. But I fucks with Spence heavy. But now I thought Spence fans would have got behind Frank Martin because Spence is promoting him. So I thought that would translate and Frank would really get a lot of support behind him. But I don't see that. Another thing I want to point out, yeah, Shakira is saying that we trying to separate. You know, they calling Devin Haney he's just the belt holder and there's nothing else. Let me tell you motherfuckers something. If there was nothing else, if Devin Haney was just belts, and also I want to, I'll get back to Devin. Tank versus Ryan. Shakira, also the respect that people have for Ryan. Let me tell you something. Let me point something out, and I'm finna make you motherfuckers, I'm finna make you motherfuckers. Anyway, who was trying to fight Ryan before Tank? Ain't but one fighter. It ain't but one fighter that was aggressively calling out Ryan before this Tank fight. No, nobody was checking for him. Who was checking to fight Ryan? Who? Name them. Devin was the only one because Ryan Garcia was the interim WBC champion. So Devin was like, what's up? Nobody else was trying to fight Ryan. When you're a star, everybody want to fight you. Now everybody been trying to fight Tank. Ain't nobody been trying to fight Ryan. But after this Tank fight, everybody's going to try to fight Ryan. So I'm just showing you the contradictions. If Ryan was this star, why nobody else has tried to fight him? If you want to be a star, no. So it's a lot of propaganda, bro. Ryan never even sold out before. I'm gonna say that again. I'm gonna keep reminding you, motherfuckers. So I just noticed only black fighters say weird shit like this. Like I said, whatever the promoters say, we just go with that shit. So Shakira really believes that let me tell you something, even if Ryan lose, it's fighters that feel like if they beat Ryan, black fighters, they feel like if they beat Ryan, they'll become a superstar. It won't happen, bro. That's why I don't understand why fans don't get a little upset at times, black fans. Because, let me explain something else. Had Michelle Rivera beat Frank Morton, he'd be in line for a Tank fight. This Ryan fight, it would probably be Michelle Rivera versus Tank. Everybody would be trying to fight Michelle Rivera had he won. But since Frank Morton won, since the black fighter won, ain't nobody calling out Frank Morton. Ain't nobody said I would love to fight him. That's a big fight. I would love to have that fight. But had Michelle Rivera beat Frank Morton, he would be viral. He'd be on the pound for pound list. If Michelle Rivera had went in there and beat the shit out of Frank Morton, he would be on the pound for pound list. And he would be in line for the winner versus Ryan versus Tank. That would be guaranteed. That would be guaranteed. So I'm just showing you something. Another thing I want to point out, a lot of people talking all this shit about Loma. Talking all this. Let me tell you something, bro. Loma a white boy that know his privilege. Loma is a white boy that know his privilege. Yeah, he talk that Slovaki talk, but that motherfucker know this American talk too. And he know the American rules. He know they gave it to him. They gave him a pamphlet when he came to the country, and they told him all the white boy rules. And yeah, he know if I beat Devin Haney, all that shit that they once said that I'm better than Ali, all that shit is back on. Teddy Atlas will lose his fucking mind. That motherfucker finna start back announcing fights and shit if Loma win. And they're gonna try to bring HBO back. All kind of shit gonna happen. Paulie Malignaggi gonna throw a parade. White folks will celebrate this for the next 20 years. If Loma beat Devin, and he not even American, but I'm just telling you the racism in America. If Loma beat Devin, he damn near the face of boxing. And I guarantee everybody gonna want to fight Loma. Everybody gonna want to fight Loma if he beat Devin Haney. And he gonna be the face of boxing. Stephen A. Goatmouth ass gonna interview him the next day if he beat Devin Haney. Devin Haney won't get interviewed by First Take or Shannon or Skip or none of them if he beat Loma. They're gonna say he was supposed to win and he was too big. But if Loma beat Devin, he the face of boxing. Just like Tank ain't finna become no bigger star from beating Ryan. That shit won't get you nothing. Bro, they gonna say you was supposed to do it. Ryan beat you, he is the face of boxing if he beat you. And it's gonna be the most greatest American story you could ever hear of. Ryan gonna be, I'm telling you, that motherfucker gonna get movie deals if he beat Tank. And he may get movie deals even if he don't beat Tank. Because like I said, it just ain't the same value. Black fighters don't have a lot of value, evidently. And that's the point I try to keep explaining to black fans. But we don't seem to be offended. That's what that's telling you. You're not valuable. There's no value to you. But if my fighter beat you, though, he's valuable. So it's valuable for us to be beat. But it ain't valuable if we beat your ass. Yeah. But anyway, Frank Morton, Frank Martin. I honestly, the fight I would want next, because a lot of people they're not talking about how good Michelle Rivera was. Michelle Rivera is still a good fighter. Michelle Rivera he'll beat a lot of dudes, bro. A good fight for Michelle Rivera would be against Jermaine Ortiz, the dude who just fought Loma. That'll be a good comeback fight for him. That'll be a good comeback fight for him, and he can beat Ortiz. Frank Martin is better than a lot of people are saying, bro. I would love to see Frank Martin versus Shakur next. I think that's a 50-50 fight. I think that's explosive. That's a hell of a fucking fight. And let me tell you something, Shakur, if he beat Frank Martin, bro, that's a legacy fight. That's a legacy fight. And like I'm saying, Shakur don't think that if he beat Devin, he'll become a star. But he think if he beats Ryan or if he beats Tank, he becomes a star. Nah, it don't work that way, bro. The media right now, like I said, they're pushing who they want to be a star. They pushing who they want to be a star. It's the same effect with Wilder versus Andy Ruiz. That's why I said all this racial fighting, but we don't want to talk race. How can you have all these racial fights, but boxing fans don't never want to talk about race? They don't never want to talk about race. If Wilder fight Andy Ruiz, if you go in there and knock Andy Ruiz out in the first round, they're going to say he's supposed to do it. But if Andy Ruiz, hamburger, Big Mac, cheeseburger, quarter pounder eating ass, knock out Wilder, he's going to be on First Take, Jimmy Kimmel, all that. He's going to be on Joe Rogan. It's going to be like he never lost to Joshua. So that's the difference. That's what we're dealing with. So that's why I told you, you know, I might just get back to the rappers. Yeah, I might make another video about the rappers later on. Because at this point, boxing, we don't understand, we don't appreciate our value. And not only do we not appreciate our value, we don't want to be valued. Black folks, you know, at this point, I'm really starting to believe we really want to be owned. I think we ain't comfortable being independent. Yeah, we like them slaves in about 64. 65 in Texas, you know, because Texas was the last state. Yeah, 65. And remember they tried to free us, and a lot of us didn't want to leave that barn. Yeah, a lot of us, because we didn't think we could make it without master. And that's the same mentality a lot of these fighters and fans have. If it ain't on a major network, we don't even want to watch the fight. Yeah, if it ain't on a white boy network, Fox or some shit like that, we don't even think it's a valuable fight. If it ain't on ESPN, it ain't even valuable. We was quick to try to say BLK Prime broke because we heard it was a black dude that run it. So we, you know, I just think at this point, I think we're just comfortable being owned. And we feel uncomfortable if we ain't being owned. If we ain't being manipulated, we think something wrong. So that's what I'm noticing. So to those young black fighters out there, man, just know your value, bro. And regardless of what the people say, because it's nothing but racism, don't never let the hate and the jealousy determine your value. Whether a motherfucker tell you valuable or not, when Devin go in there and beat Loma, whether they give him credit or not, bro, you get full credit. That's a true legacy fight. So now, even Tank, you go in there and beat Ryan, bro, you get my credit. So even though I don't think Ryan that good of a fighter, I'm still gonna give you credit, bro, and I think you're a great fighter. So I want to see Frank Martin versus Shakur. I think that's the next fight. Pitbull Cruz should fight him, but you know what? Showtime ain't gonna put him in there with Frank. Showtime ain't gonna put him in there with Frank. So, like I said, that's the fight I would want to see: Frank Martin versus Shakur Stevenson. And once again, Frank will give Devin hell. He'll give Tank hell. Frank will give anybody at 135 hell, and I can't guarantee that they're gonna beat Frank. Frank can beat everybody at 135. He can beat you, bro. So I just think he need a little more respect on his name. And like I said, black folks, just, you know, get them chains up off you, and you ain't gotta always be comfortable with being owned. Try to think outside the box sometimes, and understand your worth and understand your value. And you more than what a promoter say you worth, and you more than what the fans say you worth. You more than what the network say you worth. So know your worth. So I would support Frank more than I always have, and I always will. I think you're a great fighter, bro, and you deserve a big fight, and you deserve it, bro, because you earned it and you work hard for it. So it's much respect to you, much love to you, and shout out to Earl Spence for putting you out there, man, and truly being a great promoter, and truly being a true brother and putting another brother on, a younger brother on. So yeah, shout out to you. This is 903 Boxing. I am your host, Charles J. With that, I'm out.